Romancing the Dungeon is a softcore D&D podcast about heroes navigating their daily lives while looking for love in a world full of peril, monsters, and heartbreakers. This show is intended for mature audiences as it contains adult themes. You know, fun stuff for cool people. Content warnings for specific episodes can be found in the episode description. Sorry, I was fixing my hair. What happened?
Like, can we damage our way out? Can we blast our way out?
Bobo reckons we'd bring the entire catacombs down on top of ourselves. There is one way. It ain't exactly the safest. It's known as the Swirly Whirly.
Jim Jam, if we want to maintain this act, I'm gonna need a dip.
You are a bad customer. Jim Jam's gonna take his products and services somewhere he'll be appreciated. When we find the kids, we're leaving.
Nate, the plan is maybe yourself, Clodagh, and McGucket to go find Ike and Jess. Myself and Hephaesta are going to check potential escape routes.
Something in the dark moves as this huge, fat, black shadow comes leaping out of the dark on top of Ike. Things have been slow around here lately. What with all that press I received, I thought people would just be flocking.
You have 0 voicemail messages.
Where the hell is everyone? Hephaesta? Nate? AJ? Fia? Fia 2? Any of the other clients I haven't been ignoring? Nobody. Well, that means it's just some time for some Ra's mindfulness. And by that, I mean reminding others to be mindful of the ridiculous amounts of money they owe me.
Please leave your message.
Thane, Ra's here. Listen, it's time for your monthly reminder. You still owe me so much money. You can pretend to be dead all you like, but you, your ghost, and or your estate better pay up. How you been? Aside from the whole faking your death thing. The others, up to no good as usual. Little Nate, little AJ, little Fia and little Fia 2, old Hephaesta. Nate, about as useful as a fiddle with no strings as always. But he's still sitting pretty. And he's got this new guy in him, which makes it kind of hot. Does that count as a threesome if they're in the same body? Hephaesta, yep, nope. Temper is still as explosive as always. And just as reliable, her judgment. AJ, oh yeah, no, you wouldn't know him. He's newish. He's been around. Mm-hmm. If you could just imagine a really incredibly dashing young man, and you stuff him into the tightest pants possible, and then you stuff one too many morals and ideals inside that man. You've probably heard about the King Killer. Yeah, she's on the run. Good for her, I say. It's the coolest thing Fia's ever done. They did replace her with Fia 2, though. But thing between us, I thought she was a bit of a complete dud, too. But it turns out she might be responsible for destroying her own ancient holy home. You didn't ask, but I'm doing great. Clients at the wazoo, so many men, I've got to beat them off with a stick. And others I have to ask to wait outside. Oh, what the hell am I doing? Okay, put down the wine glass, Roz. Okay, then I should probably hang up now. Call me back. And send me the damn money. Or I swear to... Before you, the cavern stretches wide. There's dust lingering in the air, and you just see these jagged, rocky walls to all sides. There's scattered debris and crumbling ruins sprawling out in front of you. You're not quite sure what it was. Remnants of something from before Galeshire. There's the faintest glimmer of light that you can just make out. And then there's movement. And some way into the cavern, you just see a small figure set there. Familiar sight of their robes. Ike. And the uncertainty hangs in the air around you. And all of you hear like, okay. Shh. And then something leaps out of the shadows and on top of the robe. And you just hear, get it, as a small flock of children come running out of part of the building. You didn't know that people could get in behind rocks. There was one kid lying in the dirt, motionless, just covered, who kind of sits up.
He is in AJ's group.
But yeah, they've got like little daggers. Little Siobhan has a bow and arrow, and she's like on top of a rock, and she's like, okay, I'm trying to get him in the thing. And Ike is standing on top of a perch, and Secret Flame is burning in her hand, while Jess goes charging in with a shield. Whatever it is that has attacked the robe is rolling back and forth and like retching its head back. It is huge. It is wet, and you just see these two beady red eyes as Ike yells, "For His Majesty Stowie!" as they wail on a monstrous rat. And roll for initiative.
Oh, another rat fight.
10.
13.
Okay, sorry.
I'm trying to remember.
Asking you for them, I'm like, I didn't roll mine. Okay, all right.
Oh, wait. Is initiative is a dex roll, isn't it?
Yes.
So 12.
Okay, so it's going to be McGucket, the kids, Nate, Clodagh, monstrous rat.
Rat last.
Okay. Jess, you get your tiny little heinies out of here. And he goes running in with he's not going to make it. It's too far. He's got a movement speed of 25 feet.
Are they all still tied together?
Oh my God, you are all still tied together. So I'm assuming you've enough slack on that. McGucket is only able to move 25 feet. There's, again, like I said, about 40, 45-ish between ye and the rat and those kids. Ike is atop kind of what looks to have been like maybe a collapsed pillar. Literally just sacred flame. Everything's sacred flame. It's the equivalent of Eldritch Blast. And again, you do see kind of little white and golden flames like flicker. And Jesus, this thing is ugly. Like, it's awful. You've heard, Nate, of Stanley, the rat king that lives in the Copper Rabbit's basement.
Of course, yes.
I mean, you've never seen it. It's just an urban legend that Ike and Jess made up to scare you at bedtime. And it is unnerving. But you see kind of lighting up a little bit, and it's nasty looking, and like its two front teeth are cracked and razor sharp. It's frothing at the mouth, that its fur is matted, and it's kind of like boils and stuff on it as it kind of writhes around. The kids all jabbing it with little daggers. And Jess just kind of wallops its front leg with his buckler. And there is kind of a screech from it as an arrow sticks in its back hind leg. Siobhan finally got that arrow in the string. Nate.
I'm going to cast Compelled Duel. So it's going to have to make a wisdom save of 17.
Nice.
Okay. 16. It's that sort of like some of the kids are actually climbing it and like jamming onto it, like they're holding onto its fur. It's kind of trying to roll around and kind of throw them off or squash them underneath. But under Jess's command, like the kids are kind of jumping back and disengaging. It's really quite. Some of these kids are, jeez, that's wow. That there's one kid that's just swinging off its whiskers, like out of its mouth, like between its maws, it snaps down and kind of up the other side and like jab on the ground, barrel roll. It's insane, and you're like, you can just see kind of the utter delight in Ike's eyes as from her perch she commands her soldiers.
Fucking psychopath.
This is what I've been telling you.
The monstrous rat kind of like turns its head as your presence just fills the cavern. Its eyes catch the engorged codpiece, and it is filled with rage as its eyes lock on yours. And bonus action.
That was a bonus action.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna cast Vicious Mockery and call it an ugly bitch.
That's our Nate.
Okay. 15. Roll for damage.
I actually did, and I forgot what it was. So it was that's 8 damage.
You wound it emotionally, psychically, physically, as your words cut into its psyche. It doesn't understand you, but it felt it. Yeah. And it is quite self-conscious. Yeah. It lets out kind of a howl. It kind of buries its front claws into the rock and the dirt in front of it. Clodagh.
Are the kids still on it?
They've been told kind of like it was that thing of they were jabbing, and now they were told to disengage.
Okay. So she is going to move closer to it and then cast Animal Friendship. As she says, everybody back off.
10.
Yes. Yeah, no, it was a 14, so you had to. So you are now my friend, and you believe that we mean you no harm.
Yeah, the rat kind of like, it's like, oh, I have one friend here, but I really fucking hate that guy. And it comes charging at you, Nate.
Okay.
And it is going to kind of, as it gets closer, it's going to lunge forward with one of its claws to swipe. And that is a 7 to hit.
Nope.
And then it's going to try and bite you. An 11 to hit.
Nope.
Yeah, it's that like, and it scratches and it bites, but you're like, oh god, ugh, it's a monstrous rat. Ugh, it's ugly. It is actually really ugly. It's McGucket's turn, who had run 20 feet one way and now has to run back. Sorry, 25 feet. He now has to run back, and he is going to bring the pickaxe down on like into its back.
Oh. Then my spell ends.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
And I'll spend my spell.
Oh wait, you told everybody to stop.
Yeah.
And the rat was your friend. Okay, fair enough. Right, because McGucket's not Nate.
I mean, he doesn't have to listen.
No, but yeah, that's what I mean. He's not Nate. He will listen.
Okay.
So McGucket kind of turns to the kids. Ike, Jess, Ike and Jess's friends. I suggest you have vanquished Ike. What's this varmint's name? Jason, the usurper. Okay. Well, you, with the aid of your loyal subject, Clodagh, have vanquished Jason, the usurper. So I reckon it's about time we head back. There's plenty of stuff to be done around camp. Hephaesta and AJ are scouting a way out of here. So I need all of you kids. And you see, McGucket is now that kind of like, he's like now starting to count the kids. That's a lot more than I thought we had. All back at the camp. Okay, so come on, shoot. And Jess immediately is like, oh, well, an adult who's in charge is telling us what to do. So he turns. Mikey and Siobhan have also been told to, it's part of the Junior Night Scouts code to always obey your leading officer / parents. And McGucket presents as a leading officer and a parent type or grandparent type, custodial guardian type.
Yeah.
And they do kind of like, oh, well, okay, well, fun's over. And they... like Siobhan clambers down off the rock. Mikey, who was that kid that was swinging from its whiskers, is like, oh man, I was just getting having fun. A lot of the other kids though aren't they're all kind of looking around. They're kind of looking at Jess and they're like, see, this is why we don't have to listen to that guy. And like the kids are all like, oh, man, they're going in an opposite direction. That was McGucket's turn. Kid's turn. Yeah, so Ike is like, oh, please, just one more sacred flame. Just one more sacred flame. And McGucket just gives her the old and like the glow around her just stops. One time I was in actual power at command of something. Take it away. I don't want any.
You'll have plenty of other chances, Ike.
You might want to do it right now. And she just kicks a clod of dirt. And she scoots past McGucket. You owe me. And Jess just kind of, I'm so sorry, Mr. McGucket Dad. And like Siobhan and Mikey are all kind of now standing next to you, Clodagh, kind of near the mouth of the cave. And McGucket's kind of moving past. Nate.
Mm-hmm.
Your action.
I'll just use Dissonant Whispers. And that's a wisdom save of 17.
Nat 1.
Oh.
So what do we want to call that? Double damage? Or
Yeah, so what's the base damage?
so it's 5d6.
So it's
60. No.
Sorry, I'm doing
30.
I'm doing it at third level, so that's
Here's what we're going to do. Okay, so roll your 5d6.
Okay.
And then what are you, like, what do you say in the Dissonant Whisper? Mind you, you've already called it an ugly bitch.
Yeah.
I think that has one friend amongst all of you.
Mm.
It's now going to be...
Not for long.
Not for long.
Yeah. So I roll 22 damage,
Okay.
and I'm basically going to say, she's only pretending to like you.
Nate! She would never. She loves this hideous rat.
She hates you more than everyone. Your mom was right.
We call you Jason, stupid ugly bitch. With, as your words reach it, and its skull is pounding as your voice echoes inside its head, you see the rat reel and recoil in pain. But its eyes look at you, Clodagh, and you just see tears.
Oh. Why do I somehow come out the bad guy?
Why would you do that to this rat?
And I don't know what sound rats make when they cry.
My tortoise.
Yeah,
That was beautiful.
Just imagining, like, this is what when doves cry, like when rats cry.
It does. It's at these kind of squawks and squeals of pain as it cries, and it's going to make an insight check just to see if it has the confidence and the self-awareness to know, they're just words, and words can't hurt you unless they're magically... No, it doesn't. It turns tail and runs, now seeing that it's outmatched, outgunned, and unfriended. It scurries kind of up towards the ruins and up into what looks to have been like a window frame, and you just see it kind of trying to wedge itself in, and as it kicks back some of the dirt, its tail disappearing into the dark with it.
And with that, I turn around and I say, and remember, children, it is not the size of the blade, but it is the swing of the sword.
If you say so.
And then it's like me doing the Buster sword where he like spins the sword around, but it's just around my finger because it's such a tiny little sword.
Weird, that rat had 3 gold on it.
And a high potion. Yeah, Ike is looking kind of somewhat deflated. Jess is looking very, very relieved. Little Siobhan and little Mikey are like talking about how awesome they were when they were fighting the giant rat, Jason the usurper. McGucket is kind of like shooing the kids. Should we? Are they? I don't know who those kids were.
Where did they go?
And he kind of looks back. They're gone.
Urchins.
Ike?
Oh, I don't know. We just found them in the cave. They seem cool. They listened to what I told them to do. Hey, Nate, give me 50 jumping jacks.
No.
See, not cool. Oh, my wobe.
Yeah, your little nerd robe. Where is it?
Jason! and she just kind of shakes her fist into the air. Like she's seething as Jess is like, you can just make another one. Mrs. McGuckett's been trying to teach you how to sew. And
So ladylike.
You're learning to sew.
yeah. So I can sew your whips shut.
Yeah, I mean, if you can reach that high, you little squirt.
McGucket kind of clicks his teeth at her, and she's, sorry, Mr. McGucket. And she kind of like saunters on ahead, kind of chuckling to herself. But he is like, you do see kind of a little like McGucket is a little sort of like perturbed. Like, why were there so many children down here? And then he just, again, continues on. AJ and Hephaesta, you are like, again, that first passageway, like after the camp was quite narrow and quite tight. The cave here, without even having to give you a nature check, AJ, you just know that this is obviously been carved by, maybe the river used to run through here. Like you can see kind of the walls, the roof are smoother than other aspects of parts of the cave, but it is kind of on an incline and you are going down. It is a little wet underfoot, and the further you go, the louder the river gets. And I think it's now kind of booming around you. It feels like it's underfoot, and then it's overhead as it's kind of rushing and spinning and spiraling around you. You feel like the pitter-patter of drops from the roof of the cave on you, and a couple of times you do kind of catch yourselves. You're like, oh, what's kind of slipping out from underneath me? Whatever Ragnar was like, you haven't seen anything. Like it's motionless. Like it's quiet. Doesn't seem to be a sign of anything or anyone down here.
So really the only thing scary down here is those weird ghost kids that turn up sometimes. The real thing is, ideally, if we were looking for danger, we'd want someone to camp out here and spend some time and like actually scout it out and see over the course of a day or two what comes this way and what doesn't. But I honestly don't think there's anything down here to be worried about, except for the incline. So as long as we make sure people are safe and take their time getting here, I think this is the way out.
I mean, I think if we have the whole camp with us anyway, then even any rogue thing that comes around should be
Kind of
outnumbered.
Scared off by the sound and movement. Yeah, that's makes sense to me.
So we just need to make sure the actual exit passage is passable.
Well, fingers crossed. How's it all? How are you? How's it all going?
I mean, as well as it can when in a cave under a city that wants me dead.
Yeah.
How are you with the whole, your girlfriend's gone rogue and disappeared?
Do you think we're girlfriend?
Yep.
Do you think we're girlfriend and boy?
No.
Oh.
Your girlfriend who is missing.
Yeah.
How are you doing about? Oh, I don't know.
Just
I
via
thought
sight?
that. I don't. You tell me. You're the one in the middle of it.
Well, I hope so.
Okay. Well, sure. I can't make the decision for you.
I just thought Fia might have said something to you about.
No,
it
not
being
specifically.
A fish. Oh.
What?
Official. It being official.
A fish.
A fish.
It being a fish.
A fish. No. No. But I know.
So it's not official.
I don't know.
That's fair. No, that's I just
Look. She likes you.
Nate's going to take +4. Nate's going to take +4 damage just because for some reason, he's just cringing. Just cringing really hard.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to volunteer a D4 damage against me there.
You're just on your way back with the kids. You're like,
Okay, someone's being a real loser right now.
There's a disturbance in the cool force. As if somewhere one gigantic dork was crying out.
all at once. That's fair. I think if she wasn't in the prison, she's okay. Fia can look after herself.
Yeah.
So I think it's
Sure.
We'll find her.
Yeah.
She'll probably find us.
I hope so. Yep. Not here though.
No.
We need to get out of.
And I genuinely think once we're out of here, it's especially if the city's on lockdown. with the
We just
system
need
up.
to make sure we're coming outside of the city. So will wherever this goes take us?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't probably know this, but I used to do the route from Galeshire to Visage. I've done a lot. Like it was kind of my main, before they sent me south to get you guys, that was my, just like escorting
Just back
diplomats and
right.
all that kind of stuff. I know like a little Visagian, like imp, but I would come in the city, but when I was younger, this was the way to kind of like, the temple where I grew up, Temple of Brogue, is you would have seen the guys in the cloaks, the brown.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
You could kind of get through Yale Castle down here, and then you can kind of sneak out. And there's actually like lovely camping trips and stuff. So like once this all settles down, I think we should all like as a group, it'd be nice to like play board games over a weekend, or just get to know each other a little bit.
So can I just clarify that you used to sneak out of the essentially orphanage you lived in through the underground just to take really lovely camping trips?
Yeah. It was.
I understand when Fia sees in you. Yeah.
You think?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. You're made for each other.
Does she like camping?
She can.
Weirdly, just out of thought, did you see the guy who was like molding the earth and getting the people up to the surface to get supplies?
Yeah.
Could make this path a bit safer for everyone.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So whoever that person was might be able to like clear the path away. I can do a little. I get down and I mold earth just like a small bit and make a step. It's not useful because it's like one step. And like, if anything, it's a hazard.
I just trip over it, fall down, start sliding down the fucking thing.
I'll mold earth again and get it all back there. But that's going to take me forever.
Yeah, that's not sustainable.
Yeah.
No.
I kind of wish I paid more attention during like what you do, like magic classes.
I didn't take any classes.
You're kidding.
No.
And you can do
It's
all
all
that?
natural, baby. And also maybe some deals I shouldn't have made.
It's really impressive.
Yeah. Until they come kill me.
Oh, as if they could.
Well, they probably can.
Well, you got us if they do. So
We'll worry about that later.
sure.
I don't want to think about my fate right now.
Oh, yeah, don't. Take it one step at a time.
Yeah. Oh, I
Not
might
this
be
step, though.
spiraling. I'm spiraling. Let's continue on, AJ.
Yes.
Let's not.
So the reason it's smooth up here is actually because a long time ago the river would actually flown through here. So you'll notice above in the cavern that's the distracting enough.
Where's the Swirly Whirly?
Well, it is that thing that AJ goes on to tell you that like eventually the river would have, if it's going to continue downwards, that much force and that much power, eventually would probably carve some kind of sort of sinkhole. Like eventually the water would kind of just vanish under. That goes on for a long time.
She does make fun of him, but it is actually distracting and in some strange way soothing.
Yeah, it goes on for a long time. But so does this tunnel. And when you think you're like, oh god, okay, maybe I'd rather spiral. Maybe spiraling is a bit more. It levels out, and even underfoot, the ground actually shifts. That sort of the kind of the uneven surface, the kind of the crag of rock and stuff underfoot is now flat, as if paved. And you've never seen the Swirly Whirly, AJ, but as you kind of come out into this space, there's a drop of maybe 20 feet below you, and right in front of you, you just see this cascading waterfall dropping down into. At first, you're like, oh, it's another kind of fall. It's another pit of darkness. But AJ, as your eyes kind of like take in your surroundings, this is man-made. It looks to be like a well. Galeshire, the city of wells. There is that drop to contend with, but you do see that the water, it all collects in this pool, and it's swirling. It's whirling, but it's not vanishing. Like it's obviously it's filled. This obviously must be where it collects, and then it travels somewhere else. At the far end of this room, you do see another passageway, and you feel a distinct draft coming through. There is a cold wind blowing from it upwards towards you.
So our way out is where the cold wind's coming from. We obviously don't want to fall down there into the Swirly Whirly. But I'll be on hand in case anyone slips, or we should maybe even like
Block it off somehow.
Yeah, somehow. Just make it safe.
Hephaesta kind of like walks over and peeks into it a little bit, and then as soon as she sees how deep it is, she steps back and like takes the rope that's tied to AJ and pulls him away from it.
From the edge, you do see that there's a set of stairs at either side, about kind of maybe 20 feet around, that go downwards. They then lead to that kind of another flat surface, and the well is walled, like where the water's collecting. It's there, it's filled to the brim. You can see that it has kind of sloshed over the sides every now and again. This, looking at it, kind of investigating a kind of a better sense of the space, like this isn't kind of carved by the river. This has definitely been built and constructed. It almost looks like this could be another street on the city above, just the well much, much bigger. It's about 50 foot in diameter. And you do see various sort of benches and little kind of fixed posts where there's the threads of an old rope. This is definitely ye old Galeshire. And as the water cascades, you can just hear it reverberating around you. Both of you give me perception checks, please.
18.
17.
There's a moment where both of you, it's that thing of, what was that? And you kind of look, it's like something kind of catches your eye. Something moves in the water. It wasn't just a ripple. It wasn't just kind of a wave as the water kind of crashes into it. It was kind of it was unnatural. It didn't look right. And as you kind of peer down, there's definitely something moving below it. And as another sort of surge of water crashes in, you do see the well overflow and slosh over the stone wall. Part of it pulls back in. Part of it actually kind of like off the ground and back over the wall of the well and into the water. There's still a wet mark where it landed, but it's been pulled back.
Are you saying that none of the water seems to be going anywhere? That there's no drain, it's just swirling, but there's no...
There does appear to be, because it's that sort of draining, swirling, whirling motion.
Right.
But there's so much water that it's not
As
actually,
it empties, it fills.
It's filled.
Yes, I see.
Did you see?
Yes.
Will we, like, I don't know, shove a big rock down there and see if something happens?
We should check it out. It's kind of our job. No, we shouldn't go down there.
Don't get close to it.
No. It's huge.
Yeah, let's, I don't know, throw a rock at it or something. I don't know. What's your plan?
AJ reaches for... Oh, shoot. It ain't there. AJ reaches for where he normally shoot an arrow, but he has a sword in his side now because he got a little, like...
Oh, yeah, that's right. You swapped it out. Look at that.
Yeah.
Well, now you're fucked.
Well, it's, like I was saying to Clodagh earlier, like, we all have our weaknesses. Mine is getting stabbed really close. So I'm doing...
Some of us are pretty good at it, actually.
Just so happens.
Yeah, I mean, I'm stabbed. I came back. It's fine.
We all came back. What is there to... Is there any rocks we can just... Can you... Pow, pow.
Oh, okay. That sounds dangerous.
Hold on, what can I...
Are there any, like, stalactites hanging over, maybe, that I could, like, blast off?
There is, like, because again, water is kind of cascading overhead.
Yeah.
There are jagged parts of rock that you could probably blast and hope some of the debris would kind of splash into the pool.
Okay. Is there any, like, if I look around, are there any, like, big loose rocks that we can kind of shove over the edge?
So again, you're not like, you'd have to go down and around to the pool.
Get
like,
to.
so there's a 20-foot
Okay.
drop, and there is a kind of a paved area around it. I mean, you could, like, if you want, you could probably scoop up a handful of like pebbles and stuff from there
That'd
and
have to be big.
chuck it.
Okay.
There's no kind of like large chunks of
Big
rock around
chunk
that.
of, okay. Okay. If she can spot something kind of on the ceiling roof area that she thinks she can kind of safely knock down, I think she'll get AJ to like back way up, hide behind something if there's something to hide behind. And
Okay.
just, okay, everybody heads down. All right. And I'm going to Eldritch Blast the
Make an attack roll.
Rock off the ceiling. 19.
It is that thing of like you raise a hand, you hold your wrist with your other hand, and you kind of point upwards, and you feel the magic kind of surge up around you. You see the pool ripple. The pool actually starts to like. It's almost like the surface of jelly has been. As your eye kind of looks down, and AJ, you were kind of skulking a little bit further behind, kind of out of harm's way. Eldritch energy collects at the palm of your hand, and it just blasts upwards. It strikes, bursts through the waterfall, and you see kind of just the water is kind of blown to either side. It hits the roof, and you hear kind of the clattering and smashing of rock. Like lots of little stones are kind of set flying everywhere, but you just see this chunk of rock fall. It hits the water, and there is a splash, and then there's a sploop, and then there's a hiss as you see the rock begin to melt.
Ooh.
And something writhes inside.
Oh, I don't know if that's water.
Yeah, it doesn't look like water. AJ looks down at the stone wall where it sort of splooched over and pulled back. And he's sort of thinking to himself, and he goes, if only, can you do anything where it looks like I'm standing down there? How far away is this?
So there's a 20-foot down,
Yeah.
and about, again, maybe 30 feet from. So if you hop down from there, 30 feet to the edge of that wall.
Yes, yeah. So if we were to draw a weird little line from where I am, mid-air, and AJ appears, and he goes, huh, what? As he's accidentally cast Minor Illusion.
Whoa.
So I'm static AJ mid-air. Was that you?
No. What the fuck was that?
Well, that's me.
But you're here, so what was that?
I don't know.
There's something in here pretending to be you. We have to kill it.
It could be the thing. It could be maybe it's like one of those.
We can't kill water.
We need it. It's precious.
It's a limited resource.
In the well, nobody can hear you scream.
So you've kind of cast something out. Just
Yeah, I've cast Minor Illusion at. It will float midair. He was trying to get it further, but it only goes 30 feet.
It's horrific. It's the only word I can. It's that thing of like, oh, it's water. It's whatever. It's something. It's not something. It's some things. As about 30 creatures, slithering trackers to be precise, wriggle and writhe, and all immediately kind of lunge upwards out of the water. And you see them just slam and slap towards the illusion. Where they slap through, they just fall and collapse. And some of them kind of overshot the mark and have kind of left up out of the pool. They hit the ground with a splat, and then you just see them sort of ooze and slime back towards the pool of the water. Again, going completely motionless. The swirl and the whirl continues.
So maybe this isn't the route we take.
No, that's going to kill everybody.
Yeah, I think we should find another way out of here.
Where's the cold air coming from? Exactly.
Presumably there's no way around this.
If you were to go, I mean, there's, like I said, there's a staircase to your left, there's a staircase to your right, downwards. The total space from where you are to the other hallway, the other passageway, it's about 100 feet from where you currently are to that. There's a bit more room on that side of the well than there is your side of the well.
So unless there's a way we can sort of magic people across here.
I can't teleport.
I can't teleport. I don't even know any magic.
Mm-hmm. We'll touch on that later.
There's nothing here.
We could kill it.
I was like, what?
Oh, love triangle going.
Another one.
We could forget about it.
I feel bad killing them. This is their home. It's probably part of the ecosystem or whatever. Let's not touch it.
I mean, it won't feel bad killing us.
Well, no, but like that's
So everyone's going to die in the cave. There's nothing to eat. We have to get out of here.
There's not no way out. Peggy, Pegnelope, I think is her. I don't know her that well.
Pegatha.
Pegatha is Peggy's ponies and Pegasus. Flying horses.
Oh, no, that's fine. What's the point?
We don't have to go down and up. We could go up and over.
But are the flying horses underground?
We could just ask Peggy where her flying horses are. Look, I'm presenting solutions.
No, I'm contemplating them.
Yeah.
So the current plan is to get as many horses underground as possible, maybe through the ground with the little ground man. And then we bring them through the very narrow, slippy hallway. And then one at a time, maybe two, fly over the well full of that and out the other side.
All of that except for going past the well, back to the city, up to the sky. But
What are you rolling?
I don't worry.
Hey, you, put down them dice.
I was like, does nobody else see this?
Yeah.
And they're definitely coming for us while we're standing here talking like idiots. I know they are. It's fine. Yeah.
It's like that Twix ad with the two berries.
Either way, we should. No, screw you telling us to go back. I'm falling into this trap.
What you're saying, we all go up and fly out of the city?
No, when you put it that way, it's too bad of a plan. But
AJ, what's your passive perception? I'm not asking you because I know it's crap.
16. Can I continue with
Thank you very much.
Sorry, you can go back to being stupid in a second.
Thank you.
You're not sure where it came from. You definitely heard the scuffling of footsteps somewhere here.
What you all saw mentally in my head there was to play the game of the scene, which is pushing Hephaesta up against the wall and putting a finger on her lips and saying shush.
Are we?
I'm back in Littlehorn.
But that's just for us.
Sure.
Leaving that in. Fiat's going to be pissed.
Shh, someone's coming. I back up and kind of motion for you to back up against the wall as well and listen out for...
Back up against the wall, but I've got my blasting hands on.
Yeah, I put my hand on my health. We can still keep talking. And I very quickly say, you give me an idea. There's too many of us to get out all at once. We need not one plan. We need all the plans. We split the group and we send them every different directions. They can't chase us all.
Okay.
It's like a kid's game.
Smart. Okay.
Shh.
You just said we could keep talking.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I mean, like, I'm listening. I'm going to, not knowing, cast mold earth behind us and just slip us into the earth. Just a little, not so our faces are still in a breathable space, but now there's just two faces in earth.
You, again, hand on the wall with both of you kind of pressed against it. You just, again, the earth rattles and it kind of roils out of the way as the two of you fall back. You're in a corridor. There's a winding arc of a corridor here, and you can see small little furniture. It's dusty and broken. There's a little kitchenette area and a little basin. You can see a broken vase and the withered husk of some sort of plant life. The dust in here catches and sticks. And you definitely hear footsteps running away.
Oh my god, how do we get here? The cave is alive. It ate us. The cave, we're inside. Where are we? What's happening?
Are we back in a nightmare?
Oh my god, no, I can't do a hag right now. I've had enough of hags for the rest of my life.
I'm just... It sounds comical. It needs to be suspenseful, slowly turning around to see where we are and where the footprints were obviously... Not footprints. The hooves? What are they called? Footsteps.
The hooves.
Horses on the brain.
You've been hanging out with Clodagh for too long.
Pegasi are already here.
Oh, he's trying to kiss this one. He's thinking of that one's feet.
Pervert.
He's flourishing. It's that thing of the slow turn. You can see kind of there's a doorway here, and again, what remains of the wooden frame, you can see clearly out, and there is just it's like this little network of small little passageways, like small little alleyways. These are little huts, and as you kind of peer, AJ, kind of out, you don't see anybody, but you can see footprints. Lots of them. Small, child-sized footprints.
So we've stumbled into a den of children.
My biggest nightmare. It is a hag. The hags are back.
They're just tiny footprints.
Hello, tiny children. We are safe. Please come out.
Don't make us sound like monsters.
Are you the fucking hag?
I won't eat you.
I had a big lunch, so it's all good until about 4:30.
I have wet porridge in my pocket and some curd.
Definitely safe people, yeah.
Mother of the year. There's no response.
You said there's tiny huts?
You're looking kind of it's like a little network of like little small houses or huts.
Can you go knock on a door?
The door falls in.
Oh God, I'm so sorry.
This the room you're looking at, it's like a small kind of bedsit. There's a broken cot, very similar setup to the room you kind of found yourselves in. There's a little kind of kitchenette area. There's a broken stool, and you can see that there is a kind of a small cold fireplace with a little chimney going upwards.
I think she comes away and she like pulls AJ along with her a little bit, and she
Before we go, I'm just going to pick up the door and like put my hand on it and fix it. I'll cast mending. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Okay, you try to fix it.
They're all cantrips. Cantrips, baby.
You like kind of pull Hephaesta back a little bit, like, and you fair to say you're kind of maybe shaking or rattling a little bit, like in your picking the door up. You hold it and you're like, I probably should try and fix this, and it affixes to the hinge. It doesn't even squeak now when you open it.
You're so good at this.
Thank you.
I just kind of drag us out more central, and I'm like, okay, to talk to children, you need to get on their level. And I like grab them by the collar and we both kneel in the middle of this. And I go, hey, everybody, we're just trying to get out of here in the safest way possible. So if anybody could help us, that'd be great.
Why are you doing
voice? What's the voice about?
Why do you sound like Clodagh?
Because Clodagh is really good with children, and so Clodagh would be a safe space.
It's me, Hephaesta Henderson. I'm one of the heroes of Galeshire. I won't eat you.
I'm a child just like you. I love frolicking.
She is channeling the people that she knows that could handle this because she cannot.
Yeah. AJ, being the supportive friend he is, will play along and go, yes, my name's AJ and my good friend Hephaesta here. All we want to do today is get safely back to camp. And if you help us, we'll teach you a valuable lesson.
AJ, kids don't want lessons. They want treats.
And you'll get treats. I don't have any treats.
It's granola.
Both of you give me perception checks.
17.
11.
Hephaesta, there's like, as you were kind of like, you're now kind of in this kind of narrow little laneway like, between the house that you came in through and the house that you broke the door on that AJ fixed. You're kind of looking around, you're like, and behind you, there's a wall and there's a kind of a tiny little slot, like a tiny narrow little window, and your eye catches it and you're looking out into the well from here. So that the well is behind you now. Down the laneway, like as you were like trying to figure out what to do, you just hear a tiny voice just kind of like, that's the guy that was really mean to Ike. And an arrow cuts through the air. It shoots right past you, AJ, and it clatters against the wall, breaking. And you hear the scuffling of footsteps as they bolt away.
So I have a plan. And I know you said kids don't like lessons, but I'm almost certain this is going to work. If you come back, I'll teach you how not to miss next time.
And that is what we call a treat.
Oh, yeah. Lessons are treats if you think about it.
You two need to be kept away from children at all times.
What are you talking about? We're on TV between 2 and 4 every afternoon.
2 and 4 a.m.
That's when we'll get you.
When your parents are sleeping and you come a creeping, I am peeping.
I'm afraid.
I love how, sorry, this is actually unnerving and creepy.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm terrified.
These two fuckers.
Deeply unhinged.
We've established we're weird, creepy little dudes.
Yeah, it's like you were trying to out-creep them and they just out-creeped you. You're like, I don't want this to end.
Nobody outcreeps me. I'm a Julius Steele.
I have a badge for it too.
Creepy.
It's actually a restraining order.
This one tells me to stay away from it. Anyway,
This is my Jeepers Creepers badge.
Jeepers, mister. Okay. Sorry. AJ, you call out to the sound again, to the what you believe to be children. There's no response. And the footsteps get further away. And then they stop.
so I don't think we should chase them. As a player, I want to acknowledge what I said was so unbelievable. I wasn't even given a chance to roll to persuade. It was just nope. Which fair, I respect. Yeah.
I mean, you literally said, I'll teach you something.
All right. Kids these days.
I would have loved to have been taught to hit
I
people.
teach. These
Yeah, so
days.
you know. You understand.
Yes. Yeah. And I'm giving you a dose of my reality. They don't want to be there.
But this could be a way, if this leads to the surface and outside the city, we don't have to go through the well, maybe. This weird little tiny city.
So I heard the voice say he was mean to... Okay. This guy, AJ, was mean to Ike. And if you help us get out of here, I'll let each of you kick him once.
Oh, persuasion.
With advantage.
Just give me a persuasion roll.
It's AJ getting kicked to death by a bunch of kids.
Don't kill him. Oh. 8.
There's just silence. There's nothing. You don't even hear the scuffling of footsteps anymore.
Well, I think, thankfully, we're not in danger. We scout around?
Okay, we are going to walk around and try to find a way out, and we don't want to disturb you, so we're just going to find a way out ourselves if you don't want to help us. But if you helped us, then we wouldn't be walking around your houses as much as we're going to be doing now. But since you're not going to help us, we're going to figure it out. And I stand up.
I also stand up. So I guess, look, they'll come find us if they need us. Problem solved?
Yep. And I
For
grab
now.
my sickle.
Put my hand on my hilt. I take my hand off my head. I was like, they're kids. It's all right.
Are they? Have you seen them?
Well, I don't know, but either way, they're not harming us. And
Someone shot an arrow at your head.
that was a warning shot.
No, it wasn't. No, that's fine. Let's scout. And she's just holding the sickle by her head.
I'm trying to think if there's anything I can do.
Okay. So, is there anything at this point that like you're looking for specifically, or are you just kind of doing general investigation? Or
I think it's still just a way out. Like, can we get from wherever this is, even though I don't know if we know how to get back here? Can we get out to the surface?
I'd say AJ, give me nature.
Mm-hmm.
Hephaesta,
Give me nurture.
Wrong way around.
at disadvantage, obviously.
And we'll raise these kids somehow.
We're going to answer the real questions. Are you born gay?
Yes.
Or do you hang out with Hephaesta and then you're like, oh, yeah, I'm gay?
Can I make a case for survival?
I'm going because I think I didn't even get to finish.
Too late.
I heard you.
Yes. So AJ, yeah, you can. Because I think given you've been in kind of precarious situations enough, I think it's that sort of nature and survival and you're in space. So yeah, 100%. Hephaesta, give me just an investigation check.
21.
Okay.
Get out of here.
I mean, we're good. It was a 10. It was as average as you can possibly get.
It's really weird. Like, it's not that you kind of split up. It's that thing of like AJ goes a little further down here. Hephaesta, you poke your head into kind of one of the houses here. It's just a network of all these small little kind of 1-bedroom spaces, like these little kind of houses. And occasionally you like there's like slight little variations. There's like kind of old, kind of rusty tools. There's kind of some broken pots or little memorabilia, that kind of stuff. AJ, you kind of turn a corner. You're like, well, based on the way this is going, this should be, and it has collapsed. Like it is just caved in here. Wherever the kids have come from, they didn't come this way, and the path here is just blocked entirely. There's no way out of here up to the surface. And Hephaesta, kind of like as you kind of follow behind, again peering into another house, you just think of, oh, well, and you look in through the window, and you do see there's a little footprint, like a scuff mark that kind of catches your eye. The chimney.
Okay. I just kind of grab AJ and drag him into the house, and without even explaining what's happening, I'm just like, I just drop down on my knees and start like peering up the chimney.
It is a very, very narrow space. It's tiny in there, but you do see that there are footprints scuffed up along the inside where obviously somebody has kind of climbed up through it. There is air coming here. You can't see too much, it's too dark, but you do feel a breeze.
I think these chimneys go up.
No.
Oh my god. You said that with so much confidence.
Chimneys go up.
For a split second, I was like, oh my god, they do.
See, I'm very good at what I do.
That's right, children. Chimneys go up. Welcome back to the Hephaesta and AJ show.
Today, we're learning about chimneys.
Do chimneys go down? No. Do they go left? No.
Chimneys go up. Toilets go down.
To the surface?
I think so. And she's just kind of holding her hand in there. She's like, that's air movement. Like that's coming from somewhere.
So if we could get people up through the chimneys, we could get to the surface. Can you see anything? Can you see where?
It's very dark, and I am tempted to throw some fire up there, but I don't know how clear it is, and also where it comes out the other side.
On the one hand, it's a chimney. Fire's natural at home. On the other hand, there could be the people we were sort of intruding on.
I don't want to roast a child.
Yeah, or anything, really.
Well,
You ugly bitch.
Somewhere I just felt a cold shiver down her back.
But this could be our way out. There's enough houses for many.
just all of us in each house.
Yeah. The only thing is this chimney is small, but AJ is big.
Well, all the houses are small. I think they're all.
That's right, kids.
Small.
All the houses are small.
Oh god.
We have fallen prey to the Santa Claus.
The actual pain that my body went under was it was like childbirth. I just
Was it, Declan? Was it?
close enough.
But your friend Arthur McGucket is an alchemist of sorts.
Is he?
I don't know.
Isn't he from McGucket Ales?
Yeah.
That's the same McGucket, right?
Yeah.
Brews potions, and do you think he could brew something that would get everyone small?
Maybe. I've never really asked him much about himself.
Or if that Mr. James Flamesworth is who you think it is, maybe they
it
can.
is.
Well, they could probably make us something that would make us. Oh, we have something of theirs that could make us Well, we don't know
We
if
don't
we'll
know
make
what
a
it does.
small.
We can test, but I don't know if we should test that here.
I was also going to save mine for a pie. It's curd. I was going to make this like delicious bitter lemon.
No,
Okay.
don't
Not a fan of lemon?
just don't do that. It's not made of lemon. Did you touch it?
Well, no, I'm not
Open
dipping
it.
my finger into
Open,
like.
open it.
Okay.
Open.
I take out my lemon curd and open it. My
Close
name's-
it.
Oh.
Close it. Close it.
AJ's caught between introducing himself. Captain J is still, but you can go by AJ. Closes it. Okay, but if they could make this, could they make something that may
Maybe.
make us small?
I mean, we're not leaving anyway, so unless you have a better idea, maybe we should just bring this information back
Yeah,
to the camp.
I think so. If you can still hear us, we're going to leave now, but we'd like to come back with our friends, if that's okay. We could
Okay.
leave a note. Just in case they come
But
back.
do you with what?
With pen and paper.
Do you just have that with you?
I write a lot of letters.
Oh my God.
I wrote you a letter. I can take out my pen and paper, find the smallest desk in the room. It's the only desk in the room. Mending. And write a little note saying, thank you for letting us into your home. We'll be back with our friends.
Thank you for allowing us in.
Like letting us commit this crime of breaking and entering and mending. And
You're
we'll,
welcome.
we'll be back. Formerly Captain AJ Steele. Still AJ, formerly the captain part.
Having kind of skulked around, found
You make it sound like we're being creepy.
I mean, show of hands.
There's thousands of fans up out there listening. So no!
You paid, you failed.
Get him. You've searched through some of the houses. You've kind of found that there was no clear path, but you have found these chimneys that go up, and there is movement. There's air. The spaces are narrow, but maybe between McGucket and Flamesworth that you might be able to pull something together. With that information, with at least having found the Swirly Whirly and the well and the path between the camp and it safe, you head back through the passageway molding the earth again and up through the tunnel towards the back towards the camp in ye old Galeshire. As you make your way up, and behind you the opening to the Swirly Whirly kind of gets smaller in the distance. Both of you just hear a voice call out, "Heffy, darling, don't go." And as you peer over your shoulder, you see the silhouetted form, tall, slender, wings unfurling. And you just see these rising oozes around it. What do you do?
I honestly think she just freezes. I think she's torn between running and fighting.
AJ will step. If I was probably leading our way back, we'll step behind and kind of step in line, not in front of Hephaesta. Hephaesta doesn't need protecting in any sense, but like, hello?
Heffy.
What joy will you get out of killing me here?
There's no response.
Well, don't start a conversation, not continue it. What? And she's like taking half a step behind AJ now.
You see it and these mounds of writhing, slithering trackers just sort of, as he steps forward, they surge into the cave, filling the space.
It's okay to kill these things now. They're threatening us.
She just fires Snatcher's blast into them.
As you, again, it's that thing, AJ kind of steps up beside you. You call out. It oozes your name. You hold your hand up and your left hand up as eldritch energy collects around it once more. It blasts, and there's just this huge blue light that catches along the edges of the wall as it surges down the cave. In that moment, you see Kyle Adoris, and the eldritch blast strikes, and a blast of ooze is exploded against and out onto the wall, and just the oozes recoil backwards. Slithering trackers go still.
AJ, what the fuck?
Telepathically, I say, does it seem like all the slithering trackers, these are all the ones from like the Swirly Whirly, all of them?
Well, no. A lot of them. And
More than 50%? If they're here, there'll be less there. We're beside a rushing river. Don't want to do the same thing twice, but this will get us to the Swirly Whirly if we need a quick exit, but we can try fight our way through first.
What?
The cogs.
If it seems like we're about to die, jump in the river.
Oh,
there is distance between you and it. These aren't on top. Like I said, you had gone up. There's about maybe 70 feet between ye and the edge again. So you had kind of gone up when you heard your name called.
Do you trust me?
I think I'll have to.
We could either run and that brings all of this back to the camp.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, let's approach slowly.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
I can approach slowly. I'll cut the rope between us.
No, I don't like that.
I'm coming here with solutions. I'm going to slowly walk towards them. I don't want to get any closer than 30 feet. Kyle?
There's no response.
I'm here on behalf of Hephaesta to take a message to her.
You see the chunk of it that was kind of blasted. You can kind of get a better look at it now. Kind of just over its right shoulder and some of its right wing. It is some of the slithering trackers and ooze are kind of pooling in and filling it out. Here you can see that while it had the shape, and you could see clearly in the silhouette, the wings, it looks wet. It's actually slipping, and kind of like rolling over itself. The body kind of heals and mends, and you just hear, "Heffy, come, let's talk."
I'll shout back in a way that carries. If you want to have the conversation just over me, that's totally fine. I'll just be here.
Yeah, no, I can hear you from here. We can talk.
How have you been?
Alive. How about you?
What are we doing?
What do you mean? What are you doing?
I don't know if I trust this Ivan fellow.
Good thing that's not your call.
Do you think Fia would trade me that flapping bottoms piece?
I think she starts to scoot a bit closer to AJ and just kind of, as she comes up on him, is just like, what is this thing? But like much quieter. And then over that, maybe, yeah, we can ask her. Do you know where she is?
I don't know. She's probably prattling behind that absolute twit.
AJ, what is this?
Do I have any... Like, my only source of reference was, like, if I read, like, Monsters and Mayhem for ages 6 to 7.
Oh, yes.
He doesn't read. He's not Fia.
I mean, you can make a history or a nature check.
Yeah, I guess I will. Why not? With nature, it's a 15.
So AJ, there is that thing as you kind of like, you're trying to run through your memories of things you've encountered, maybe even things you've read. You've heard folktales of like some monsters that kind of mimic human speech as like a way of luring them into a trap before they kind of devour them. Even creatures that take on the appearance of loved ones that have, you know, passed as a sort of a specter.
Mm.
This is doing those kinds of things, and it's ignoring you. Like, it's not, you don't seem to be its prey.
Mm.
But as for what it actually is, nothing comes to mind of like a type of ooze or creature or entity like it. You've never encountered one. You've never read about one. But you recognize some aspects of its behavior.
Hephaesta, is it saying anything new? Or is it saying things you've heard before?
I mean, it's clearly not aware of Fia. It's not aware of where we are, what's happening.
The moment you want this conversation to end, just say.
Yeah. No, I don't want to talk to this thing.
Okay.
Do we kill it?
It doesn't solve the problem permanently, but I have an idea.
Okay.
I'm going to picture Hephaesta in front of me and in front of it, like maybe 5 feet away from it, and go, yeah.
I'm not even giving that a spell effect. That's just the sound.
That's it. Yeah.
You concentrate really hard again, AJ, and the space between you and it, and a version of Hephaesta kind of appears there. And you just see the 2 mounds of slithering trackers just leap on top of it again, burying her, crushing down on top of the illusion. There's so many of them so quickly, so fast that they haven't recognized that they're on top of an illusion.
When they jump onto that spot, I'm going to cast Mold Earth on it we're on a precipice, right? Beside to remove it. So it falls into the river.
Okay. You drop down, you place your hand like as quickly as the creatures leap on top of Hephaesta, and you watch actual Hephaesta. AJ scoops down and just concentrates again on the earth. The edge that you had been kind of leaning over to look down just slips away. Like it's sort of like it was flat. Now it's a drop. And you see where the shape of Kael was, where some of the other trackers were, it's gone, and they fall. They hit, there's just this wet thwack and splat sound as you see all of them, these thick liquids splash into the ground and immediately start bubbling and flowing and plopping upwards, going back towards the pool.
I will peer just to make sure that nothing's like clung on in a, I don't know, Moriarty kind of way.
You kind of lean a little over, and you do see that there are a handful of like the slithering trackers that have like kind of sucked onto the side of the wall and so that are kind of writhing. You see that the Swirly Whirly it's glowing with that phosphorus sort of light from the shrooms. It's filled with bones, skulls. There's just surge up.
I think we should go back to the camp with information. The unfortunate thing is I don't know if we have a plan anymore.
I mean, we can't bring all those people past this thing. Can we take on this thing?
Like we
No.
and like Nate.
12 others?
Yeah, like other people. Just for safety.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy to go.
Yeah, no.
I'll go.
Nope.
Okay.
Don't. That's stupid. Don't be stupid.
Okay.
Yes. No, that was horrible. Let's go back and report. You like to report?
I'm not on my job right now. Yeah, no, I do though. I genuinely, if you leave the report to me, I'd be very happy.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Mhm.
Let's do that.
It is a thing that you turn again and you,
I think she checks over her shoulder like every couple of seconds.
Yeah. When you do, at first you're like, no, it's just the fear, it's just the paranoia. But the second time you look back, it's still there. And you do see the shape of Kyle standing on the edge. And as ye run back towards camp, you do hear your name called out again in Kyle's voice. It takes a little bit of time. You'd gone further away from the camp. You had told the others it wouldn't be 20 minutes. AJ and Hephaesta, as ye arrive back, you do see that like a lot of people have kind of gathered round. And Magok kind of turns to see ye kind of coming out of the emergence way, kind of full of hope. Everybody else, you have gathered round Brother Ragnar. He has a deep wound on his right shoulder. He barely made it back from the service. There are no other brothers and sisters that were with him that have returned. Tuk saved his life. We don't have any more time. They found us. We have to go now. And that's where we'll leave the episode.
You've been listening to Romancing the Dungeon with Amber, Sam, Eilish, Ben, and me, Declan, your Dungeon Master. A big thank you to Abby Soiree and Stephen Tynan for our theme song, Fight for Each Other. Title card, podcast artwork is by Dahi C Designs. The energy, I think I've talked about this already, but the energy between kind of like the solo Fia stuff and the group dynamic stuff is always very, very interesting. I'm really, really excited for this and for what's coming our way. As I've said before, if you have 2 seconds, leave us a comment. If you're listening to us on Spotify, leave a comment. What did you think of the episode? Leave a review on wherever you get your wherever you're listening to this podcast, and maybe tell a friend. Check us out on social media at D8 Dungeon. We're currently in the middle of a charity stream fundraiser. You can check us out on twitch.tv/D8 Dungeon. Okay, enough. That's it. That's all I've got time for. I got a clean ending. This is not a clean ending. Have a good 2 weeks, and hopefully we will see you then.
You just hear a tiny little voice. I almost said vice, but I didn't. You hear and I almost said tiny.
Tiny little voice from the Brooklyn
Get to that
kids.
pint.
Stop being mean to me, Dan.
Never.
I know, I kind of like it.
Well, no, I want to stop.